It's Monday, September 29th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in today. A lot to talk about, a bunch of news here today, really in no order, but I want to share this with all of you. Feel free to comment down below. Odds of a government shutdown rise to 70% in prediction markets. And I want to ask every one of you, please comment down below. Do you believe that we're going to see a government shutdown? It seems that we're always threatened by this, but it never really happens. So are we going to finally see it happen? Now, remember this year in 2025, we have already seen 300,000 government jobs vanish, gone. They're saying that if the government shuts down, we will see an additional 400,000 jobs disappear. I don't know. But if you work for the government, you should probably be very, very nervous. And why is the government the largest employer in the United States of America? That should not be. The government should not be the largest employer in this country. But if you do work for the government, you could be in very, very big trouble, as we've already seen 300,000 government jobs vanish. And, you know, we've seen these jobs vanish, and it seems that things are running about the same. So did we really need these jobs? How many of these jobs are really basically non-essential? And I'm not saying, oh, we do need government workers. We do need government jobs for sure. But how many of these jobs are non-essential? How many of these jobs are the taxpayers spending on, paying for, that really don't need to exist to begin with? Comment down below. I want to know your thoughts on it. Here's another one. Welcome to the age of perennial crisis. A perennial crisis is very different from an abrupt crash. And a lot of people continue to write me, not a lot, but a few, and they'll ask me, where's the crash? And I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, but you're watching the crash take place right now. It's basically death by 1,000 cuts, or we could call it a perennial crisis. It's driven by the constant erosion of purchasing power, of fiat money, also productivity and living standards, fueled by constant debt expansion. And we're watching that right now, where you're watching your purchasing power continue to erode. Your standard of living is eroding. Productivity in this country is eroding. It's all happening. And so due to the fact that it's been happening literally for decades at a very slow pace, people seem to not be able to see what's happening because it's death by 1,000 cuts. It's not this instant crash. It's a crash, but it's a slow crash, a perennial crisis. So while the television, the politicians, the government tell you everything is fine, you wonder why your paychecks aren't making ends meet, why you may have to borrow money before Friday, why you're falling behind, why you have no money saved up. Perennial crisis, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention to what is going on. Many people still are ignoring the warning signs. And then you have to ask yourself, this crisis, this perennial crisis, this death by 1,000 cuts, this slow crash, whatever you want to call it, is it being done deliberately to create a dependent subclass that relies on the government for assistance? I don't know. I think there could be some truth to that. What are your thoughts? But it seems to me that they almost want you reliant. They don't want you to make too much. The more you make, the more they want to take. But they pretty much want to eliminate financial freedom. They really want to make you dependent, because when you're dependent, when you're relying on them, they control you. Now, is there any truth to that? I'm just throwing it out there. I think there is. Because if it was the opposite, we would be seeing the government helping business owners. We would see the government creating jobs or doing whatever it could do to promote jobs here in America, and we'd see incentives. But we see the opposite. They almost don't want you, it seems, to create jobs. There's all this bureaucracy, there's all this insurance, permits, licensing, high taxes. It seems that you're punished if you want to do business in America, or if you want to open a business in America. Let me know your thoughts on that. The Hedge today, no help wanted. Which jobs are most at risk? There are big losses coming to many sectors here in America. And so here's where they're forecasting the big losses in the next 10 years. Cashiers, we will need 313,000 less cashiers. Well, the writing's on the wall. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. It's all self-checkout. Cashiers are history. General office clerks, we're going to lose 177.8 thousand. Bookkeeping and accounting, going to lose 94.3 thousand over the next 10 years. Fast food cooks will lose over 90,000. Tellers will lose nearly 45,000, etc. So everybody has to have a plan now. Is your job easily replaced by AI? AI is going to replace a lot of these jobs and many more. And so think about what you could do that's going to be much more difficult for AI to replace. AI is going to replace a lot of jobs. You're seeing this happening right now. Layoff news. Lufthansa plans to cut 4,000 jobs by 2030 amid AI push, says profit outlook is strong. Lufthansa, German airline, 4,000 people. And you know it's probably going to be much higher than that. But this just plays into the article I was just reading to you earlier. And you're going to see more airlines doing this, more companies trimming the fat. It's just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming. It has begun. Now, let's shift gears a little bit today. I don't know if you've been watching the metals market. This is unbelievable what we have been watching this year as far as precious metals. But right now, as I make this video, gold is up nearly $74 an ounce. It is sitting at $3,841 an ounce. Silver is up 81 cents. It was up, earlier I checked, it was up $1.03, but right now it's up 81 cents to sitting at $47.01. These numbers are astonishing. A lot of people thought that the barbarous relic, that this would never happen. It's just a barbarous relic. Nobody wants, the pet rocks. But apparently somebody does want these barbarous relics. Central banks do. A lot of wealthy people do. And the future is going to be gold. The world reserve currency is going to be gold. And if you think it's expensive now, and people said, I can't buy gold back when it was $1,200, $1,300. It's too expensive. Can't buy it. Now it's going to 4,000, and people will continue to say it's expensive. It's not that gold and silver are getting more expensive. It's that your purchasing power is buying less. The United States dollar is losing purchasing power, and this is very concerning. I know a lot of people are jumping up and down because they're probably going to see $50 an ounce silver. We're going to see $4,000 or $5,000 gold, and the numbers could go much higher, no doubt. We could talk all day and forecast all day, but right now, I do believe that we're going to see $50 silver and $5,000 gold, no, without a doubt. Is this good news? No, it's not. But some people think it is good news. You have to remember, the more expensive this stuff gets, the more chaotic the world is getting, the worse the economy is getting, the chance of World War III increases greatly. So careful what you wish for, but you have to have this stuff. I think it's imperative that you own this stuff. And I mean, this is being reported on Bloomberg. You can go to CNBC now. This is becoming very mainstream. The cat is out of the bag. There is no more controlling the metals. Now, you're going to start seeing these things run. And we will see bubbles in gold and silver at some point, but that could be years down the road. I don't know. It could be months down the road. I don't really know. We have not even had anything come out of left field yet. We have not had any major events take place here in America. The government shutdown could play a big role here with what happens to the metals, but it is not out of the question to see gold going to $10,000 or to see silver going to $100, maybe $200. Who knows? Who knows? If you can take a crypto made out of thin air and make it go to tens of thousands of dollars, why is it impossible for something that's been around for 5,000 years, that has been looked at as money for 5,000 years, has never gone to zero in 5,000 years, has survived Great Depressions, has survived world wars, economic collapses, currency collapses, and it's still here. And now it's making a massive comeback because gold can never be worth zero. And central banks are scooping this stuff up at a record rate. If you need help getting some of this, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. You can go to the link. You can order off the link. If you need help, call them, SD Bullion. Tell them Jeremiah Babe sent you. They'll take very good care of you. I've been dealing with them now for damn near 8 years. Fantastic company. Super competitive prices. They're going to get it to you quickly, and they're going to do a great job. So it's the only place I've been buying from for 8 years, so check them out. But again, I'm going to say this for a million times. I don't give financial advice. I'm sharing with you, with a camera today and a microphone, what I'm doing, what people close to me are doing. And so far, it's worked out pretty well because I've been in the gold market technically since 2005, when I was buying GLD stock. And then went into the physical metals in 2013 and never looked back. And I never bought it to make a fast buck. I bought it to protect wealth. I bought it for insurance purposes, for emergency, because I started to really realize where this country was going. I started to realize the danger of debt and the consequences and ramifications of debt. And so, just reading and listening to a lot of smart people, my family bought, and don't regret it one bit, because we know that we have sound money, we have real money. And for the people out there that say, well, you can't eat it, many farmers have commented down below. They said, I'll give you eggs, beef, chicken, vegetables, fruits for your gold, for your silver. So you can technically eat gold and silver because a farmer out there will sell you food, but you don't want to sell your gold or your silver for food. You should be storing food right now, water right now, so you don't have to tap in to your money. You should have, I think now, at least 6 months of food supply. If you can do 30 days, wonderful. That's a great start. 6 months is better. A year is even better. 2 years even better. Do what you can do. If you can do 2 weeks, do 2 weeks. Gold revaluation imminent. U.S. Treasury hoard tops $1 trillion for first time. This is on the Hedge today. So they're saying if they update the reserves value with today's prices, that would put us at nearly $1 trillion that they could put into the Treasury coffers. This would reduce the need to issue so many Treasury bonds this year. And they could do this. Scott Bessent, this administration could call Scott Bessent, tell him to revalue it, and that's about how quick and easy it would happen. But I have to ask the question, and maybe you can answer this. If we do this, if the president calls up Scott Bessent and says, okay, revalue gold to, they're talking right here at this number, this is just the spot price, but what if they said, let's revalue to 5,000, maybe let's revalue to 10, let's revalue to 20, to get this debt paid down, so we don't have to issue all these bonds. What happens? And we don't even know if we have the gold. This is the question. This is the problem, is we don't know if we have the gold in Fort Knox, but we do know China has the gold, and they have a lot, probably at least 30,000 tons. Maybe many people say 50. So if we revalue it, and we don't know we have the gold here, but we do know that China has the gold, and we revalue this to $10,000 an ounce, what is that going to do for China? Think about it. 5 largest gold producing countries. Per year, this is what these countries are mining. China, per year, 380 tons. Russia, 330 tons. Australia, 284 tons. Canada, 202 tons. The United States, 158 tons. Now, if we go back from 2010 to 2024, we look at the increase in their mining of gold. China's up 8%, Russia's up 63%, Australia up 11%, Canada up 98%, America down 32%. We are down 32%. Not good. Not good. The last one I'm going to finish with today, coming from CNBC. Labor Department won't release Friday's key jobs report, other data if government shuts down. So basically, if the government shuts down, there is a 70% chance, some people saying 80%. And if it shuts down, is it going to shut down for a day, a week, a month? Who knows? But we could see a news and data blackout. Now, maybe this is good, maybe this is bad, I don't know. But since we don't believe the data anyways, is it really going to change your life or mine? Because the data that we keep getting seems to be fraudulent. So now we just won't be getting any data at all. So maybe it'll be even better because we're not getting this manipulated data. What are your thoughts on the government closing down? I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, to be honest with you. Most of the departments will remain open. Some of them will not. We could see some services shut down. But I think overall the country will run pretty much as it normally does, pretty inefficiently, but it will run. People will get their Social Security checks and whatnot. But let me know your thoughts. Should it shut down? Would it be good to see the U.S. government shut down? I don't think they want to shut it down because I think a lot of politicians are fearful that if it does shut down, people are going to go, hey, the lights are still on, things are still functioning. What are our taxes really paying for? I mean, is it all these created government jobs that were not essential and we're paying for these jobs to just give people jobs to sit in cubicles all day with your tax dollars? Maybe we should be paying less in taxes and have less government jobs and maybe producing less missiles to be sending to the Middle East and to Eastern Europe. Maybe that would be nice. Maybe we need to see taxes go down and less spending on government jobs and these government contracts selling missiles, munitions, and drones all over the world. Just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in today. Getting back to packing today. Pretty much about 85% of the pod is packed up. We got a few minor things to clean up today and pack up. And so going to a dinner with a couple of friends of mine tonight for going away. Very nice of them to come out. They're driving about an hour to come into town and have dinner with me and take me to dinner, which was very, very nice of them. But as soon as I'm done with that, we're back to packing. And tomorrow, the pod gets picked up tomorrow, actually. And then Aaron will be out here at the end of the week, and we're taking off to Bama. So a lot of good videos coming, and just seems like the news is just changing and accelerating so fast that we'll try to keep up with it the best that we can on the drive out and be filming all this and showing you what's happening across the country. I'm going to leave it there today. God bless every one of you. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. I am out.